Hey guys, Griffin here. Before we get started with today's video, I have a new nickname suggestion from you guys. Today's nickname suggestion comes from Minor Mole, and he has suggested the nickname Misty. Although it is somewhat ironic considering that our Togepi is male, this is a direct reference to the fact that Misty, from the original Pokemon anime, had a Togepi. And if you did not know that, get cultured. But in any case, thank you Minor Mole for the nickname suggestion. And now, let us begin the episode. Hey guys, the Griffin here, and welcome back to Pokemon HeartGold. Last time, we traveled through Route 38 and Route 39. We visited the Moo Farm, we healed a Miltank, we got ball capsules, which we'll talk about later on. We also fought a bunch of trainers, caught a bunch of new Pokemon, and we evolved Saris into Crobat after just one more level. And we've made it here to Olivine City. This time, we're gonna travel through the area and see what all Olivine City has to offer us. What do you have to say, child? That thing you have, it's a Pokegear, right? Wow, that's cool. Well, gee, thanks. Oh, hello. You again? There's no need to be alert. I won't bother with wimps like you. Says the guy who threw our match last time! I'm not over this, dude. Speaking of weaklings, the city's gym leader isn't here, and is supposedly taking care of a sick Pokemon at the Lighthouse. Huh, boo-hoo. Just let sick Pokemon go. A Pokemon that can't battle is worthless. Why don't you go train at the Lighthouse? Who knows? It may make you a bit of a better trainer. Says the guy who threw our match! Anyway, let's see what's going on at the gym exactly. Jasmine, the gym leader, she's at the Lighthouse. She's been tending to a sick Pokemon. A strong trainer is compassionate at the same time. Yeah, as you can see, there really isn't much going on in this gym. There aren't even any trainers in here, so nothing we could really do right now. At least we're not properly blocked off from it this time. Anyway, welcome to Olivine City properly. This is actually kind of meant to be a port town, as we can see over here. There's an actual port that leads directly to the ocean, which is really cool. I actually like these port towns. This city and Vermilion City are always ones that stick on my mind. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center because I absolutely need to heal up. What do you have to say, lady? Let's talk to the people here. There, all done. It sure surprised anyone. Oh, are you a trainer? You came at just the right time. Just finished putting my ball capsule in my Pokeball. Do you want to battle and be amazed by my decoration? You know what? Sure, let's see exactly what these ball capsules will do for us. Or at least to see what it does for her. So yeah, I believe this is the first time that we've actually fought properly inside of a Pokemon Center of all things. But you absolutely can do this. Behold! That little flowery effect is the effect of her ball capsule. And there are a lot of different effects that you can apply. I'll go into the specifics very, very shortly, but for now, we do need to focus on, well, destroying Blossom. Blizzard level 23, very nice. Were you really watching? Yeah, I was watching. You can turn your Pokeballs into your own special creations by adding seals. How cool is it to have a Pokeball that only you have in the entire world? Give it a whirl. Oh, remember to put a ball capsule in a Pokeball once it's ready. Ian? Griffin, good morning. It's Ian, are you sleeping in? You know, I've learned a lot from watching you battle, and I've been practicing with my Mankey. Thanks to you, we've improved a lot. And even though we've grown stronger, you've probably gotten stronger at the same time, I guess. So that means we won't be able to beat you, I guess. I want to keep that in mind for later. I will forestall the ball capsule as much as I need to talk to everyone here. They can shine like bright light like a beacon at night to guide us. They can take us across the water on their backs when we are without a boat. Pokemon are helping us everywhere. I can't imagine life without them. I unfortunately have no choice. There's a person in Signwood City across the sea. I heard him bragging about his rare Pokemon. Okay, we'll remember that for later. Pokemon get more friendly if you spend time with them. Good to know. Would you agree, Akira and Saris? Would you agree with that notion? Anyway, alright, let's get to the ball capsules themselves. So, in order to access the ball capsules, I believe we need to go to our PC. Yes. So we weren't able to do anything with this specific aspect of the menu, but now that we have the seal case, we can access the ball capsules. And with ball capsules, we can have up to 12 different capsule combinations at a time. And it's actually pretty cool what you can do. So I'm going to edit one of these. And just for the sake of demonstration, I am going to put a fire seal on 3 different spots. I'm going to put one in the left, one in the middle, and one on the right. Maybe raise it up just a bit. So you can actually tap the little button on the bottom left corner to see exactly what it will look like when it comes out. Okay, I think that will do for our purposes here. So we finished editing the ball capsule. So now if I want to set a ball capsule into a Pokemon, I just need to select that ball and set it. And for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to set it on Blazer because I feel that he deserves it. And it's unlikely I'm ever going to take Blazer out of the party anytime soon. So now we have a ball capsule assigned to Blazer. I'm only going to keep it on Blazer for now because the biggest thing that I don't really care for about ball capsules is that you cannot deposit a Pokemon while they have a ball capsule equipped. And given how we've had to really switch around a party a lot in order to get through this game, I don't want to overdo it with the ball capsules until we really are in a position where I never need to be switching out Pokemon that often. So for now, we're going to keep things on Blazer, but as we get through the game, we'll definitely see a lot more different combinations we can do with ball capsules, and I will definitely try to make use of them as best I can. But as you can see in the menu with our UI, Blazer now has an additional symbol next to his held item. So that little blue ball there is the symbol that it has a ball capsule equipped. A good little reminder for you in case you forget. Now then, back here at Olivine City outside, there are multiple houses that I believe that we need to go visit. So let's see, what is here? Olivine City, the port with sea breezes. Good to know. So I think what I want to do is I want to go up here and I want to go to... Let's see, is it this house? Yes, I believe so. Hi, I'm looking for this Pokemon. If you have a Krabby, would you trade it for my Voltorb? Ah, no, this is not the house I meant to go to first, but this is another trade that we can do. Unfortunately, I don't have a Krabby at the immediate moment, but I will definitely work to get this. But since we do have this opportunity now, let's take the second to talk about what we could be getting from this trade. So, Voltorb is a Pokemon that is really fast. Some of the Electric-type Pokemon we've encountered so far have not been particularly fast, but this one will not disappoint in that regard. When it evolves into Electrode at level 30, its speed stat will shoot up to base 140, making it the fastest Electric-type Pokemon as well as the overall 4th fastest Pokemon in the entire game. Very few things will ever outspeed Electrode. However, speed is pretty much the only thing this Pokemon has going for it. The rest of its stats lie slightly above average at best. Its move pool is very shallow, only learning one special Electric-type attack at level 26 in the form of Charge Beam. And ironically, the best strategy for this Pokemon is to factor in Self-Destruct or Explosion, which they are known for doing in the anime and learn naturally. I'm not going to say you have to use TMs for this Pokemon to be good, but it can't even learn Thunder Wave, much less Thunderbolt, without the usage of TMs. Honestly, the only reason I would seriously consider this Pokemon is because this particular Voltorb will be obtained in a trade, and will get the same EXP boost that other Pokemon we have obtained in previous trades will get. Otherwise, I'd consider passing unless you just have to go first in battle and are willing to invest some TMs. Well, like I said, I have not obtained Krabby yet. I did not want to go out of my way to really get Krabby at the immediate moment, but I will get Krabby hopefully relatively soon. Now, since I am in this particular segment of town, I guess we'll go to this house next. And I want to talk to you. My sister gave me a lot of seals. Here, have some. There, I'll give you this. Oh, we got the Fire Seal B. Beautiful. And we got the Smoke Seal C. Have more. We got the Y seal, which is put away in the seal case. Stick them on your ball capsules. I will absolutely do that. But whenever I get in trouble, Daddy always scares me. What do you have to say? Along the way to Cianwood, there are 4 deserted islands. Bad kids are taken to the islands as punishment. Oh, that's how you were scaring the children. Okay, that's acceptable. Okay, so that takes care of these two houses. But there is one more house that I want to go to. It's the obvious one in the middle. You are the one I want to talk to. Olivine is on the sea. And if it's on the sea, there's bound to be something to catch. I've fished here for 30 years. Would you like to face the sea and fish? Absolutely, my good man. Ha ha! We have ourselves a new angler. We obtained the good rod. Beautiful. Water-type Pokemon aren't found in the sea alone. They'll go wherever there is water. Yes, indeed they will. And now we finally have the good rod, and I'll be going over what the good rod can do for us very shortly, but I want to hold off on it for just a little bit for reasons that will come up hopefully soon. You, young trainer, the sea is sweet. Sing with me. The sea is blue, the sea is salty. I don't know, that's the best I can do out of thin air. There's one other house I want to go to right here. This one looks distinct from the others. Oh, this is actually a proper restaurant. Never mind. What do you have to say, guy? Olivine's cafe menu is chock full of hearty fare for beefy sailors. Is that alcohol there? I feel like that's alcohol there. Well, let me interact with it either way. You! How's your Pokemon training coming along? Have you ever noticed that in the mountains, sometimes there are round boulders right in your way? You can move them with a hidden move strength. Hikers on Mount Mortar sometimes have extra, or so I've heard. So that there is your little hint if you want to get the HM strength and haven't gotten it yet. Obviously, I knew with the advantage of hindsight how to get it, but if you've never gone towards Mount Mortar, that's your kind of hint. That's your little hint to get strength. Whenever I roll to Olivine, I always visit the Olivine Cafe. Everything on the menu makes me feel stronger. I can't stop eating. Good to know. Gobble gobble. Ah, I'm choking. Phew, that was close. I should chew before I swallow my food. God bless you. Okay, so that takes care of all the primary points of focus for Olivine City, except for one thing. Talking to you. Dark roads are dangerous at night, but in the pitch black night, the sea is even more treacherous. Without the beacon of the lighthouse to guide her, no ship can sail. More importantly, the Olivine's Lighthouse. Oh, I ran away before I could read it. It is also known as the Glitter Lighthouse. Wonder why that is. Welcome to the lighthouse. In the past, Pokemon used to light the sea around Olivine at night. The lighthouse was made to pay tribute to those Pokemon. Now, there is an elevator here, and I will at least demonstrate what we can do with the elevator for now. Lighthouse elevator going up to the light room. You arrived at the light room. Arnie, what now? Griffin, good morning. It's Arnie, are you sleeping in? I'm always with my Venonat. It's so cute, I just love it. I was wondering, do you happen to have Pidgey? I can't seem to catch one. What is its weakness, I wonder? Let's talk again, huh? You don't know what Pidgey's weakness is? Dude, it's a bird! Then again, you're raising a Venonat, so why would you know? Anyway, here we are at the very front of the lighthouse, but unfortunately, we can't quite get to where we need to go. That is ultimately where we need to be, but we can at least grab this. Super Potion. But as you can see here, there is a ladder that leads up from the bottom up. So if we want to get to the top, we're gonna have to work our way up manually. So since we've now established our primary objective of getting through here, I think we need to kind of do a quick montage, because there are a lot of trainers that we need to fight on the way up the Olivine Lighthouse, but there's also a lot of Pokemon that I now need to cover since we have obtained the Good Rod. So, I think for the time being, I'm going to switch in right up to the front, and we're going to do a little montage, because, like I said, a lot of trainers to fight, a lot of Pokemon to talk about. Oh, I thought you were going to fight me. People train at this lighthouse. It's not easy to climb because of all the trainers. I'm up for the challenge. So let's begin. Yeah, this is no place for playing. Yeah, whatever, old man. Anyway, now that we have the Good Rod in our possession, there are 5 new Pokemon that we can obtain by fishing with it. And I would like to talk about them, as well as the earliest point that you can find them. So to start off, right off the coast of Olivine City, found only during the morning and daytime hours, is Corsola. Corsola is a very unique water type with a great design, but an overall underwhelming stat distribution. This Pokemon is a water rock type, which is relatively uncommon. This type combination gives Corsola a mix of common resistances, including a quad resistance to fire, as well as some common weaknesses, including a quad weakness to grass. Corsola does have some decent defense and special defense, giving it an edge over other rock types in the latter regard. It has a fantastic moveset, giving it a healthy mix of offensive water, rock, and even ground type attacks to level up. It also comes with some defensive utility, including both Aqua Ring and the move Recover, which restores its HP by 50%. It's also one of very few Pokemon to learn the move Spike Cannon, a base 20 power normal type attack that can hit 2 to 5 times. However, looking at Corsola's offensive stats, you immediately see the problem. It's just not capable of doing much with those moves. Plus, it's incredibly slow, meaning that it will almost always get hit before it can get in a move. This Pokemon can definitely be fun to use if you're looking for something different, but there are also so many better water types available that easily outperform it in almost every way. Speaking of which, found in Olivine City at night with the good rod is Staryu. Now, this is a water type worth considering. Staryu is one of those tried and true Pokemon that just consistently remain good in every generation. It has decent speed and special attack, which only get better once you use a Water Stone and evolve it into Starmie, turning it into one of the best water psychic types in the game. It has an excellent move pool and a great compatibility with some of the best TMs in the game, including Surf, Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flash Cannon, Psychic, etc. It also naturally has access to Recover, allowing it to keep itself in the fight even longer. Plus, it can learn Rapid Spin, which is incredibly helpful in the competitive scene in an age where Stealth Rock dominates the competition. It truly is a fantastic Pokemon. The only genuine problem with Staryu is that it evolves into Starmie with a Water Stone, and the only reliable way of getting it right now is through the Pokeathlon, though there will be one other way to get one later. Also, be sure to catch one with Natural Cure for its ability, as Illuminate only serves to increase wild encounter rates and has no actual effect during battle. Next up, found 2% of the time on Route 32 is Quillfish. Now, Quillfish is a bit of a niche water type. It's a water poison type like Tentacle, meaning that it resists a lot of the types both common and uncommon. It has decent speed at base 85 and good attack at base 95. It can set up entry hazards with both spikes and toxic spikes, the latter of which was only made available as of this generation, giving Quillfish more competitive utility. It also has access to one of the 2 Stockpile combo moves in the form of Spit Up, which, when set up with Stockpile, can potentially have a base power of up to 300, which is more powerful than any other attack in the game. And it can come with a Poison Point ability, making it a good switch in on physical attackers. The biggest problem with this Pokemon is its stats. While it has decent attack and speed, the rest of its stats leave a lot to be desired and causes this Pokemon to be pretty frail, especially with its special defense. Its natural moveset could also be better, though it is considerably better than it used to be. After all, not only will we be getting a physical water HM in the future, but it now learns Poison Jab at level 49, which is very late, but it's the most reliable physical poison type move in the game. In later generations, Quillfish can work even better between hidden abilities, additional moves, and even later a regional variant that evolves. But right now, Quillfish just is what it is. A fun but underwhelming choice. Not exactly overquill. Anyway, if we were to travel all the way back to New Bark Town and use the good rod there, we can find Shelder 3% of the time. Shelder is a super defensive Pokemon, having base 100 defense right out of the water. It also learns a myriad of interesting moves. It has a signature move called Icicle Spear, a base 10 physical ice type move that can hit 2 to 5 times, as well as another semi-signature move called Clamp, which not only has passable power for early game, but can also deal additional chip damage while trapping the opponent for 2 to 5 turns. Icicle Spear is also made better due to Shelder potentially coming with the Skill Link ability, which maximizes the number of hits that any multi-hit moves use. Plus, it's only one of 12 Pokemon that can naturally learn Aurora Beam, and only one of 10 Pokemon in the entire game to naturally learn Ice Beam. 3 of those 10 are legendary Pokemon, by the way. Plus, through breeding, Shelder can learn Rapid Spin to remove entry hazards. All that comes even before we evolve it into Cloyster with a Water Stone, which gives it decent offensive stats on both ends and skyrockets Cloyster's defense to base 180, which is the 3rd highest defense stat in the game. It's not quite as offensively viable as some of the other water types we've seen so far, and its special defense doesn't hold a candle, both relative to its physical defense and in general. But with the right moves, skill link, and a careful approach, Cloyster can take you all the way. Though you will have to wait to evolve Shelder until level 49 if you wanted to get Ice Beam without using a TM. And finally, also found in New Barktown, 7% of the time with a good rod, you can find Chinchou. Chinchou is our first and only case of a Water Electric type Pokemon. Water Electric types come with resistances to Water, Ice, Fire, Flying, and Quad Resist Steel types. Plus, it only has 2 weaknesses, Grass and Ground, which, as you will learn, can easily be worked around with this Pokemon. It comes with some okay bulk, especially with its HP stat, which only gets better once it evolves into Lantern at level 27, giving it base 125 HP. It can also come with a Volt Absorb ability, which heals it by 25% of its maximum HP stat if it is ever hit with an Electric type attack, making these Pokemon a safe switch-in on opposing Electric types. It learns multiple strong Electric and Water type attacks, as well as a Bug type move in the form of Signal Beam to help it deal with Grass type. It also gets good defensive utility between it learning Stockpile, Spit Up, and Swallow, the latter of which can be used to restore anywhere between 25 and 100% of the user's HP, depending on how many times one uses Stockpile. Plus, it gets Aqua Ring if you prefer more immediate passive healing. That said, its offensive stats do leave a little bit to be desired, and it's not fast for an Electric type, but we're no strangers to that by this point. Between its bulk, moves, and it being a nearly perfect counter to Electric type attacks, Chinchou and Lantern prove their utilitarian worth. Just make sure they have Volt Absorb instead of Illuminate if you plan on raising one. Okay, that pretty much takes care of all the trainers that we can find in Olivine Tower. Now, I want to grab this. Got a Super Repel. Now, I did get several items on the way up here. I think I got a Max Ether, I got a Rare Candy, but I also got another TM that I want to go over real quick. Yes, TM87, Swagger. The user enrages the foe into confusion. However, it also raises the foe's attack stat. This can be a great thing for you if you know exactly what to do with it. It's a high-risk, high-reward move that can be devastating for your opponent, but just be very careful with Swagger. Now, before we press on, because this is the final ladder here, I do want to address a couple things. First of all, I want to talk to you. Hello, just you least expected. I'm Cameron, the photographer. You look so photogenic. Want to have your picture taken? I absolutely do want to do this, because this is the first time that we've had our completed team. I think a good photo would be real nice, showing the squad, at least relatively completed. But more importantly, I want to go back down, because I want to show something here that I don't think is talked enough about. So as you probably saw during the montage, I had to take a little sidestep outside to get to this midsection of the tower. And here we have a very technologically impressive camera angle. This is kind of a frontward facing camera angle where you kind of have a more less top-down-ish approach, and you're kind of walking in a more 3D environment. I don't know how they were able to pull this off, and there are very few moments in the game where you actually do get to experience this specific camera angle in-game. But my god, it is impressive. It really is just a marvel of technology for this game, and one of the reasons why this game is so highly regarded. The fact that they were able to do this with the technology they had at the time, it is nothing less than just genuinely impressive. I also want to point out generally that kind of going up here, yes, all these trainers did fight me, and yeah, they did provide their merits of battling my Pokemon and definitely gave me a reasonable challenge, but I also want to say straight up, these trainers are all really nice people. Every single one of them was worried about Jasmine and the Pokemon she was taking care of. There was not a single one that was just genuinely antagonistic towards me, so I really appreciate the level of thought that went into these trainers when they were writing the lines of dialogue, because these are not just burly sailors. Everyone here really cares about Jasmine and really holds her in high regard. And I really like that sense of community that they have here. So let's head on up. Hello. This Pokemon always kept the sea lit at night, but it suddenly got sick. It's gasping for air. I understand that there is a wonderful pharmacy in Cyanwood, but that's across the sea, and I can't leave Amphi unattended. All right, and now we have the ability to walk out. Amphi, got anything to say to me? Palu. Its breathing is slight. Okay, well, don't worry, Amphi. We'll take care of you very shortly. But right now, we need to head out of the tower for the time being. Okay, so as much as I would love to end this episode here, there is still one item of business that I did not get taken care of, and I want to be sure I do that before I end things off. Besides, there are new Pokemon that we are able to catch, so let's get to it. There we go, the first of many cookies that we will find in our adventure. If you don't know the reference, get the reference. All right, and like that, we've gotten Krabby. Krabby's data was added to the Pokedex. Krabby, the river crab Pokemon. If it senses danger approaching, it coats itself with bubbles from its mouth so it will look bigger. If you would like to recommend a nickname to Krabby, feel free to recommend one in the comments. Unfortunately, I do need to get another Krabby before we can press on, because, of course, I need to trade a Krabby to get the Voltorb. Mother, I will save you for later. Okay, so I've gotten Krabby with us after doing a little work on the PC, and one of the things I love about Krabby is that it always walks sideways, it never walks straight forward. So this is how you would see it in the field. It's a really cool attention to detail. Krabby said it's best to keep up with you. I'm glad you feel happy to be with me, Krabby, because you ain't gonna be with me for long. So let's do it. Hi, I'm looking for this Pokemon. If you have a Krabby, would you trade it for my Voltorb? I absolutely will do it, my man. Let's go ahead and select Krabby. Goodbye, Krabby. You were here for a couple minutes. And like that, we've gotten Billy the Voltorb. Why it's called Billy, I have no idea. But either way, we got it. Gee, great, thank you. I finally got a Krabby. Dude, you can get your fisherman in Olivine City. Krabby can come up here in Olivine City with a good run 37% of the time. How can you not get a Krabby? Anyway, hi, Billy. Billy's focusing his attention on you. Well, fair enough. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. We have explored everything there is to do at Olivine City for the time being. We've gone to the Olivine Lighthouse. We have fought many trainers. We've encountered Jasmine for the first time. And we've established the situation with her Amphi. So, next time on Pokemon HeartGold, we're going to head further west and head towards Cyanwood City. And hopefully we can find someone with a cure for Amphi's disease. See you guys then.